Hello and welcome to this video. Now, here's the thing. Building your own art website is not what I recommend doing unless you're a bit tech savvy or you have plenty of time to learn the ropes, and then you choose a platform with some great templates. In this video, I'm sharing how I've built my art website quickly and what I'm leaving out for now and why. So you can see how a simple starter site can help you get your art business up and running quickly as well. Now, stay right to the end as well, because I'm going to be giving you a sneak peek behind the scenes in my site builder. And you can see it's very much at the beginning, but I'll just show you where everything is so you can kind of get a feel and an idea for what I'm doing. Now, if you're following my journey this year where I'm sharing every step of building my new art business from scratch, then you'll know that getting my art website back up and going was my second goal. And I said I'd do this by the end of this month. And I reckon we're easily on track for that. So shout out to Stacks Coffee here in Midland in Perth for this coffee. Here's what I'm going to be covering. What are the bare essentials you need to get an art website up and running? You know, if you've been putting it off for a long time, let's look at what's the minimum you need to kind of get started. My overall plan for a fast execution, why I've chosen the platform I have, what I've achieved so far, what I plan to add in later, and some bits I still need to figure out. Put this coffee down, Sophie. Let's dive in. All right, so first up, what are the bare essentials you need to get an art website up and running? And I think really it's as simple as that. You need to think about the home page, because that's where you're going to ask people to land. That's where you're going to send people to land. So you need to have the home page with a clear call to action where you want to send them and some simple contact details. Like if you start with those three things and build on from there, you can't really go wrong. Quick overview of what you offer, maybe some links to other places where your art is currently before you end up putting it on this new site. That clear call to action, perhaps sending to a mailing list if you've got that set up, or just sending to an email or a way that you want people to reach out. Okay, number two, what's my overall plan for fast execution? So first up, I got clear on how I wanted my site to look so that I didn't spend hours fiddling with design later on. I researched other sites that I took note of what I liked, and then I sketched out on a piece of paper how I wanted it to look. Really, really simple. Then I created a folder for all the files I'm going to have on the website on my drive. Then I've used ChatGPT to help write some copy for my home, about, and workshop pages. And I've used Canva, and I'm going to use Canva to make the banner image and other images for the site. And I've gathered just a few product shots for now. All right, this is just like literally the bare bones. Get it up, get it running. All right, number three, why have I chosen the platform I've chosen? Now, I have made a lot of other videos on website, building your art website, and I will link to those below this one. Now, I've mentioned in those previous videos that my preference, my ideal site would be built with Shopify. Why? It really has everything that you need in one place. It is built for shopping. So if you only have 5 pieces of art, maybe that's not going to work for you. But as you know, if you've been watching my videos, my plan down the track is to add products. So I'm thinking about the future, and I'm starting now with the future in mind. It links to everything. It's going to integrate with my Printify. It's going to integrate with Instagram and Facebook shops if I want to do that. Down the track, once I'm clearer, I can buy a template. Right now, I'm just using a free one because looking for templates is a huge procrastination strategy. So I'm just planning forwards. Okay, number 4, what have I achieved so far? So I have done the drawing, the layout of how I want it. I've got the folder up and running. I've got copy for the home page, the about page, and I'm still working on the workshop page. That's in process at the moment. And I've got the basic pages kind of up and a bit sort of layout all done. I've done the big banner image across the top of the home page. I've done quite a bit of the home page actually. I've put in my logo and the colors that I use, and I've put in a few products that are not fully filled out, but just enough so that they show on the homepage. And here's the thing, in order to just get something published, I'm not worrying about all the bits that I normally talk about. So here are the bits I'm going to be adding in as soon as I possibly can. Obviously, the mailing list. But I don't know, I haven't looked at the back end of Shopify. I'm not going to allow that to stop me just launching it, right? I'm just going to move forward with action. I will be adding the mailing list as soon as possible and a nice pop-up opt-in and all of those good things. I'm also going to be adding a page about where, if you want to come to the studio, do a studio visit. So I'm going to add pages and kind of bulk that out a bit. Obviously, loads more products. I'm going to add a blog as well, a frequently asked questions page, and then I'm going to integrate with Printify for print-on-demand products, like I've said, and I'm probably going to link it also to Instagram, Facebook shops, etc. So that's the plan to add in. Now, if I were to do all of that before launching the website, it could be another 2-3 months, right, before I get it up and going, and I don't want to be doing that. So number 6 in that list of things, the bits I still need to figure out, right? I'm still learning that platform. So I still need to complete on my workshop page, and actually I'm still kind of deciding and fleshing out the workshop. So that's what's happening this week. That email opt-in and figuring out how that all works. The legals, I know that all the legals are set within Shopify. I've seen that before, so I need to just sit and go through all of those, make the changes, edit them as I need to. And then I need to add in products. And we know what we need for products and product listings as a lot of different things. So I know that I need images, in situ images, I need the description, I need all of the things. So I'm going to be adding that in bit by bit. Obviously blogs to go on the blog and a really nice footer. Now I will get the footer done before I launch the website, obviously, but I'm still going to figure out how to get that kind of working. All right, so we're going to jump over and have a look at behind the scenes of how it looks right now. Okay, so here we are once you've signed up and logged in to Shopify. As you can see, there's various tabs down the left-hand side. And in order to actually edit a website, you need to come right the way down to sales channels and online store. And mostly they will have it set to Dawn. That's their kind of like fairly basic free template from which you can do quite a lot. You can also go and have a look at other templates and see what you might prefer. But again, I feel this is a bit of a procrastination strategy. So let's just move ahead with Dawn. Like I say, if you watch other videos, you'll find that you can pretty much do anything with that. So really, I'm just going to give you like a 2-minute overview, where you'll see here that down the left-hand side, you've got the navigation. And this can be confusing if you've never used Shopify or you've not built a website on a platform like this before. And you'll see that you've got the header here, announcement bar. See, and then suddenly it's like, okay, that's the bit across the top. And if you want, this is welcome to my website, which I need to edit, obviously. And then we go into header, and then you can see that we've got the logo on there, and then the navigation, which is somewhere else. I'll show you that. And then with the template, then you can see you've got the image banner. Now you can add more images to that, but I just put in this one that I made on Canva that's just got, let me just toggle to full screen. So that's just got positions me as the painter, a bit of a painting that I'm currently doing, and then bold florals, expressive color, art that makes your home bloom. Thanks ChatGPT for helping me with that. And then I've just got some about blurb here, and then a link through to the shop of products that I haven't really got much on at the moment. And then these are collections. So then obviously if you want to look at new artwork, you can click through here or here. Current artwork, that's just slightly before that one, the stuff that I still have available. And then I'm going to do a gallery of previous artwork so people can get an idea of where I've kind of come from artistically. And then I've got this, which as you can see, I haven't written the blurb for, and this is not the right image, but this is going to be the workshop section. So there'll be a workshop image here. I'm playing around with a keyworded title here. There'll be some text, and this button will lead through to the workshop page. And then I'm probably going to have something between these two because I feel this is a bit clunky, so I might put some testimonials in the middle here. And then I think this is essential on the home page, and this could just be short and sweet if you don't even have an about page yet. So this is just meet the artist. This is where you're going to put a bit of a blurb about who you are as an artist, and then this will pull through like products. But as you can see, look, the page, these need to be done better because this is bigger than this one. Anyway, so there's some tweaking and stuff to do there. And then this is by default, and then the footer is not done. Let's just toggle back. So that's how it looks here. There is the text. As you can see, these are collections. So there's collection, new artwork. And this is where you can toggle and decide what collection that you're going to put in. So this is basically what's gone on. And then we can move to another page. I've set up the about page. Again, this isn't finished. I've got a banner. I feel like this is too large. Previous artwork. Picture of me, some blurb about me that continues, but I feel that's a bit awkward. This is where a free template has, I'd like to just make that all the way across, but it won't let me. Anyway, then there'll be more down the bottom with my kind of CV and that sort of stuff. So then we've got shop, but we haven't really got anything in the shop. We've just got 3 trial products, which are not even set up properly. So that's how it will look. And there are, I think that, yeah, there are some other images, and there's some text that I think I pulled through from my Blue Thumb site, to be fair. So then there's more at the bottom. So this is kind of how that will look. And then the workshop page has the Dawn banner at the top. And I'm literally going to put workshop 1 with an image, workshop 2, workshop 3, and then there'll be more blurb at the bottom. So if I want to add a bit, here's the template section. So here's the header section, which is up here. And here's the template that starts here. So we've got the image banner. Nope, that's that there. And then we've got the multi-row, which is these 1, 2, 3 on the multi-row. And then I can add a section. So I might say, okay, so I'm in the workshop page. I'm probably going to have some text. But you can see that's kind of roughly, and then the contact page is very basic at the moment. I will definitely add some images, some text above, and a probably slightly more complicated form, but that's good enough for now, right? It's completely good enough for now. Don't forget to hit the save button for anything you've done. So let's just exit, and I'll show you a couple more things, and then I'll leave you to it. So this is where you'll add products. So you'll just go add a product. There are the 3 products. This is where you can create a collection. You can have like a homepage collection of just things you want just showing on the homepage. You can make lots of different collections. And this is where you go back. And this is where the pages are. So this is where we've created pages. Yeah, so at the moment, it's all the site is locked, so nobody can get in. And that's basically it. And then, of course, comes what we call a soft launch. That's letting people know about it. So I can share that information a bit down the track, but I'll be doing things like obviously adding the link to it in all the relevant places. But I've got a few ideas for how I might do a soft launch as well. So I'm happy to talk about that in a future video if you'd be interested in that. And in conclusion, look, building your own website is a huge undertaking. And like I've said, mostly I recommend outsourcing it. And my eldest daughter, my beautiful Vicky, she used to build my websites and they were gorgeous. She did all my branding, all my sites, everything. But unfortunately, she's too busy in a different career now, which she's really happy in, and I'm really happy for her. But I know that she'll also critique anything I'm doing. I've also learned a lot from her over the years. So I feel fairly confident in doing it. And then I'm going to show it to her and she's going to help me tweak things. But unless, like I said, you're that tech savvy, or you really have got the time and you don't mind spending 3-4 months on the website project, I would outsource it. And sometimes you just need to get something up fast. And that's exactly what's gone on here. I want to be able to signpost people to where they can get in touch with me, where they can find out about workshops, where they can read a bit more about me, where they can see a couple of paintings. I've got 3 finished, drum roll, and the 4th one nearly done. So next week, I'm going to be sharing a review of my first, I think 3 months, I think it is, and let's see what I've accomplished in those. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to keep in touch with what I'm doing, then don't forget to subscribe as well. Let me know in the comments what you're particularly enjoying or what you'd like to hear more about. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.